Hello there and welcome to this video in which I will be making a prom dress, albeit I don't have a prom to go to, but that is not an excuse not to make one, so here we go. For this dress I used 4 yards of fabric and started out by cutting the bodice pieces. I made the pattern for these pieces from a corset guide that I found on Foundations Revealed. It's free, so I will link it in the description in case you want to check it out. You need to cut enough pieces to make 2 separate bodices. After cutting, it's time to assemble the bodices. Line the different pieces up with their respective pieces and sew them right sides together. Here you can see how the assembled bodice looks. You should have 2 of these bodices as one of them will be used as lining. Now go ahead and measure the length of the bodice at the waist. I made 3 panels for my skirt. The top of each panel was my bodice waist measurement divided by 3, and then I cut triangular shapes where the bottom of each panel ended up being 40 inches. After cutting them out, sew the side seams of the panels together so they become one big piece. And then it's time to attach the bodice to the skirt. If your lining fabric is different from your fashion fabric, you should attach the fashion fabric bodice. I made sure the center of the bodice was lined up with the center of the skirt and then sewed from the middle point and out to the sides. After that, it's time for the hardest part of this dress, the zipper. Unzip it as much as possible, then place it face down on the edge of the bodice with those flappy thingies half above the top edge, and then put the lining bodice on top so that it is all lined up right sides together. Then sew as close to the zipper teeth as possible. I find it easier if you just sew it first without trying to get close to the zipper teeth and then sew over it again where you try to get as close to the zipper teeth as possible, because then the last stitch you made hold everything in place and then it's easier to get close. And also when you sandwich the zipper between the 2 bodices, none of the stitches will be visible, so it's just going to be nice and clean. At some point you will get to the edge of the lining bodice and then you just want to fold that edge a bit, and it will make sense later why I did that. Repeat this for the other side of the zipper as well. Then it's time to make straps if you want those on. Measure how long you want them to be and then cut them out, fold them lengthwise, right sides together, sew the side and then turn them right side out. To place the straps, first determine their placement. I used my bra straps as a guide. Then line the edge of the straps to the edge of the bodice and sandwich the lining bodice on top and then sew across the top edge. Then it's time to close the skirt. Line the edges of the panels up and then sew from the side of the zipper. Okay, and now for the reason I folded the edge of the lining bodice. It's because to finish the inside of the dress, you're gonna keep folding that edge all the way over and then sew it to the seam allowance from where the bodice and the skirt was attached to each other. This way the inside will look nice and neat. So here is the dress after I stitched it closed. Ideally you would cover that white stitch up as well, but I didn't manage to do that. And that's it. Now I got a prom dress for my non-existing prom.